guess I don't really need this microphone for earbud if we're... Yeah, see if the music's going too and see if it's too loud or not.
Oh, I think we're live.
We're live. Live. Hopefully we have 2 or 3 people show up. I bet Dave and Carol will be here. I can feel it in my bones.
Can you, Annie?
I can.
Are you okay?
Oh, Annie.
See what I did there? I double referenced Michael Jackson
Oh, wow.
and Star Wars.
Oh, jeez. What's up, James?
Oh.
Toby. Get over here. Get over
There's Dave.
You're a silly guy. Toby's very talkative.
Man, he is. How's it going, Toby?
There's Dave. What's up, dude?
You ever get that hat on him?
I did put it on for a second.
Aw.
He flipped out.
Becky was very insistent. She really thought Toby needed that hat.
He immediately just started doing this.
Oh, my wife is here.
What's up, Becky?
Dude, she made some killer steaks.
Oh, nice.
I don't remember, were they New York or KC strip? I already forgot.
What's
But, hey, Carmen's here too.
up, Carmen? I think my mom and dad are going to be watching. They're not, they don't know how to type or something, but they'll be here.
We'll know in spirit.
They were here last time.
Nice.
They've been watching. Check out my new shirt I got for Christmas from Ed. Do you know what this is? We'll wait and see if anybody knows what it is before, I won't say anything. But
Well, I don't know what it is.
all right, we'll announce it later. Becky says they were New York. Mikey?
New York. They were delicious.
Hey, Mikey!
And it works out very well. Do you know
Carol?
Do you know the Jack Sprat could eat no fat and his wife could eat no lean?
Is it like a rhyme or something?
Yeah, it's like a what do you call that? Nursery rhyme?
Probably.
But Becky and I are the opposite, where
Oh.
I'm like, just give me all the fat, and so she cuts off all the fat and gives it to me, and
And in the rhyme, the woman eats all the fat?
yeah.
Huh.
And it's that big pharma propaganda
Yeah.
getting you, because Jack Sprat is very thin, and he only eats lean meat, so he's very thin, and his wife eats all the fat, and so she's very fat. Ironically, later we find out, all these years later, not how it works.
Yeah, it turns out the conservation department gave him chronic wasting disease.
So that's
And that's why he's dying.
yeah. So did we hear update on the Missouri Department of Conservation here for you folks? What were you saying about the conservation department? Is
They're just total crap. They're total crap, and
Yeah.
they probably released chronic wasting disease on the deer population.
that's very nice of them.
Yeah.
They could have just given us more tags to hunt. Instead, they decided to unleash a
Yeah. A tick bound, which it's been going on for years, but their big thing is it's like, since chronic wasting is going around, they ask if they can go kill all the deer in the county, and then what always turns out is like they killed 1,000 deer and one of them had chronic wasting, and then they pat themselves on the back and act like that was a really good job, well done. It's like, okay, and if it's so contagious and they get it from just being around each other, why don't they all have it? Doesn't make any sense.
yeah. In case you're wondering, the guy who decided to start using ticks as a spreader for diseases was a fellow named Eric Traub, and he was one of the guys we brought over from Germany in, 1944.
Jeez.
And we gave him a house and a get out of jail free card, and he gave us ticks and alpha-gal and
I think they
chronic
would
wasting disease.
honestly rather just not have hunting, and a way to do that is to get rid of all the deer,
Yeah.
and then there's no hunting. So people don't. Which I feel like the counter argument to that is always, well, why would they do that? Don't they want money for the tourists coming over? And it's like, no, they don't care. They don't care about that.
A good rule I heard about this was, look at the actual consequence of what's happening, and that is what they want.
Yeah.
or someone. I know we were talking about a person in your life, perhaps, who may have inspired a song or two, and you were talking about. It was like
is this hypothetical or is this really me?
No, it's
No.
an ex in particular. But you were kind of like, it's like they want chaos.
Sure.
And then like the more you like kind of talked through it, you were kind of like, that actually makes sense. That they just feel comfortable in chaos, so they create chaos because they feel comfortable with it.
And what makes more sense, like the conservation being able to kill as many deer as they want at any time to control the population, or leaving it up to like what a hunter decides to kill.
Yeah.
Like, it's clear what they would choose. Hey, Dave, it is.
Hey.
Yes. Ed got this for me. This is Dwight Yoakam's band and Sling Blade.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a very, very good gift. I'm really happy with it.
Nice.
I also got this, which I don't think Michael's going to try, but it's Willie's Remedy. It's a THC and CBD, 5 milligrams per serving of THC and 2 milligrams of CBD in it. And I drank so much of it on Christmas Eve that Michael texted me something, and later I called him and I thought I'd seen what he's texted me on a video, and I was telling him about it, and he's like, "Are you sure that you didn't just see the text I sent you that told you that?" And I was like, "I'm pretty sure that's not how it happened." I was like, it is possible. I have drank a lot of Willie's Remedy, and so I'm going to crack that open right now and see how wild we can get here with it.
Oh, man.
So we got the Fatty Natties from Dollar General, which, if anybody's wondering, they are $7 a 15 pack at Dollar General. I got a tip off from a guy at Casey's,
Nice.
an old redneck guy, and some bib overalls, and they were $9 at Casey's one night. And he's like, "You know, you can get that down at the Dollar General for $7. And I was like, "Well, I'll be dipped. I'll go down there next time." And what's also nice is they don't even put them in the cooler, so you don't have to wait for them to warm up. Cheaper and no wait. So
Perfect. Well, I just want to say,
cheers, Dave.
Grandpa used to eat fat sandwiches. James, that sounds amazing. Your grandpa knows what's up. And hey, one for the roads here.
You want to smell it?
I do.
You want to sniff it?
I do.
Smell the glove.
I don't have a good sniffer, but... Oh, that does smell really good.
It smells better than it tastes. It tastes like lemonade you left the ice in, but too long.
Okay.
So also another fun fact, I got a lot of really good smelling stuff. As my dad always said, I'm a real sniffer. I sniff everything. I'm not a smart feller, but I am a fart smeller. And I always sniff things, and I always sniffed them growing up. And when I'd open packages of things, I would smell it. And I got a lot of good smelly stuff this year. I got a whole soap thing, and I got a cool beard oil and conditioner deal, and I've been putting it all on, and I've been feeling really good about it going out in the world. And the last 2 times I've showed up at work, when someone else has walked in, they said, "It smells like something's burning in here." And then I'm like, "Oh, what do you mean?" And I tell them, "Well, it's probably all my soap. I got a whole bunch of stuff for soaps and deodorants and beard stuff. It's all the same smell." And then they go, "Oh, it smells really good, though." All right, well, I'm going to keep wearing it then until you say it's bad.
Toby agrees.
All right, toast. I also got this sweet little Willie shot glass. Turn it right. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Huh?
Illinois doesn't sell, Dollar Generals don't sell liquor.
Yeah, there are some weird. It's like, we've encountered going around the country, and you get the 3-2 beer in Walmart's, grocery stores.
Yeah,
that was a big thing in Minnesota when I lived there. That if you got beer in a grocery store, it was 3.2% versus the 4 point whatever that it normally is.
Then you go to North Carolina and you get a hurricane, and
yeah, Carmen, it is a Missouri thing. We may have chronic wasting. You may chronically waste away when you get here, but you will get warm $7 15 packs of Natty Light.
And you can legally walk down the street with a sword.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. As far it used to be, I think they changed something recently, but as far as weapons are concerned.
Huh? They changed something?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. It was something like, it's something silly like, now you can't, I don't know. I think it's a knife thing.
Oh, okay.
But Yeah, the only, like, you could conceal or open carry basically any weapon, gun, knife, whatever, but a sword over like 36 inches, you just couldn't conceal it.
If you could.
Yeah, you have to carry it exposed. So that's how I wear my swords.
Yeah. But also, this is a fun fact. I don't know if this was headline news last week. By the way, we will get to the top exciting things of 2026 at some point here. But one of the fun things that's happened this year is the state of Missouri sued the country of China.
Yeah, dude, we're going to war with China and Missouri. If America's not going to do it, Missouri's going to do it.
Yeah. And so now, Andrew Bailey, our attorney general, sued the country of China. And now China is suing Missouri back. So out of the whole United States, China thought Missouri, and what was the phrase? We pose a threat to their image.
Yeah, what does that even mean?
That just makes me feel awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome.
That China thinks Missouri is a threat.
I hope people over in China are drinking somewhere at a bar going, fuck Missouri. Yeah, that's right, dude.
Yeah. Dude.
It's super strange. I don't know what that means. I don't know how, like, what is that? How does China sue us?
I don't know.
Like, what if they win? How do they get it? It's like, okay, well, you guys stop illegally producing every intellectual property we have and selling it on Temu and AliExpress, and then you can have the money from Missouri. It's like,
yeah, or maybe you just stop buying all our farm ground.
I don't know.
They own an absurd amount of farm ground here in Missouri.
China.
So, 2026.
Yeah. Before we get there, James, John is... I actually have no idea where he is. He texted us a few minutes, hours before we were supposed to do this. Just said he isn't available, so who knows? It's a very John thing to do.
Let's be honest, he's probably working on a truck or a tractor. Yeah. Something happened, and he just had to get those brake lines bled or something.
Yeah, it probably is something like that. When I lived with him, it was still hard to know what he had going on all the time. So. All right. 2025 wrap up.
Gosh, I even have on my notes here 2026 review. I'm a mess.
You want to so I got the year calendar. You want me to kind of like go through that as well or do you want to kind of do it like big things first? You want to do chronologically here?
Well, if you want to do a chronological, I just had some kind of highlights of the year that I thought were worth mentioning. Kind of some friends that had released some music and things that were worth checking out.
Oh, nice.
I just, for my hat here, I guess that should be the first mention. The Filthy Heathens get the honorable mention here because we did a weekend run of shows with them. Gonna be honest, I have no idea when that was, but
it was warm. I remember that.
It was very warm, and sometimes when you play in a band and you do like a run of shows with people like that, like you have no idea who they are beforehand. And I had just been working with their manager, Chris, super nice guy, and all we knew that there was these 5 guys that we had never met that we were going to spend an exorbitant amount of time with for a weekend, and we were just kind of hoping. Oh, July. James says July. Thank you.
Thanks, James.
Thank you. It's like, all right, well, we're going to, hopefully they're cool. Hopefully they're not just like total D-bags, but like just neutral is usually all you hope for.
You just never know. And you really don't know.
They walked in, I think the first show was in around Peoria, and they walked in while we were sound checking, and it was like instantly like, okay, we're going to be best friends. This is cool. It was so, they were just super cool, super nice, and they were just a lot of fun to hang out with. And that's really a blessing when you're like, okay, so I'm going to spend, 8 hours a day with you in a somewhat stressful environment, and it's not going to suck. So this is good.
You can pretty quickly tell someone's demeanor too.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was pretty instantly. We really like those guys.
Yeah. Yeah, and all of them too. It's like
Every
normally
member.
there's at least one guy that's they were just all cool.
Yeah.
So they were great.
Yeah, we were instantly all texting. It was cool. And then we were setting up when we were going to hang out again. Like, while we were still doing the deal. And we were all going to play in Sturgis. So we were like, let's figure out how we can meet up there. But
Sorry. The tea is very strong tonight.
tuberculosis. He got chronic wasting.
I'm wasting away.
He's chronically wasting away. Over there.
Yeah, so they were great.
They were really awesome.
They were great, and they've got some great music out. I don't know if they've released anything this year, so I apologize.
They just posted that the first single for their Muscle Shoals EP is coming out in February. So,
well, how about that?
yeah. It's called like the Muscle Shoals Sessions, I believe, is what it was called. The cover's really cool. Like the cover picture. Like, I don't think there's any covers songs on it as far as I know, but
Nice.
yeah, excited to hear it.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
And another just tidbit about them, because they use the in-ear monitors, and they've got a really, really fancy rig for running that, which is great. A lot of times, though, when bands do that, they're very dependent on it. And when we played in Kentucky at the Southgate Revival House, that's like 6 flights of stairs
Oh my god.
to the tiniest stage you've ever seen. And it's a great place. It's a super fun place to play. But
Dude, the stairs, though.
the stairs are unreal. And
I don't normally complain about a load-in, even when it's bad, but that one is really bad.
it's about as bad as it gets. And so when they lugged that whole thing in that huge box they have to have all the way upstairs, and then there was just no room for it on the stage, and they were just like, yeah, we're not gonna run these tonight. And just they all ran a totally different monitor setup, and you couldn't tell at all. Like, they sounded great. And they were all like champs about it. It wasn't like a weird like, oh, I can't hear. It's like they were just super chill.
And I've seen bands throw fits about that.
Yeah.
And they did not at all. They were as cool as cucumber.
Yeah.
I really like those guys.
Yeah. And Alex Williams and Hannah Dasher were playing downstairs that night.
And TJ Tennessee Jet.
Oh yeah, yeah. And so we got to hang out with Alex a little bit afterwards and meet Hannah Dasher.
I saw Tennessee for a second.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Nice.
He came up when we were sound checking.
Nice.
I waved at him, but I didn't see him after the show. But yeah, Alex was, I think, doing solo that night, but it was right after those cool 80s covers he just put out to come out, which are really sweet if you haven't listened to him. And I saw some pictures recently where he's doing a bunch of full band stuff. So
Nice.
I know he really, I might be speaking out of turn, but I think he prefers playing with a band, which I do. So I totally get that. And I was happy to see that he was out on the road and with a band right now.
Yeah. Generally, bands try to rein their singer in and keep him from going to doing solo stuff. And Tanner's the opposite, where I'm kind of like, hey, you should go do a solo acoustic show sometime. And he's like,
I'd rather not. I've done a couple here recently, though. I did that. That'd be a nice 2025 thing for me. I got to play a quarter mile from my parents' house in Kirksville.
oh yeah.
That was cool. Down at the Curbside Kitchen, which was awesome. And it was a benefit for a gal, which I didn't know her, so I'm spaced on her name at the moment. But very sweet lady, and Tim and everybody were super cool. And I got to invite a whole bunch of people from Kirksville out that I hadn't seen in a long time. And I probably drank too much, if I'm being honest. If I'm being honest, my second set, I probably drank too much. But I had a good time, and everybody was very kind about the way they talked about the second set. So I feel like it was super bad, or I'd done something like totally terrible. People would have been a little more honest about it. Like, you got a problem. It was more like, no, it was good. It was good. It was good. It was really good.
I could tell you were having fun.
Yeah, and I hadn't played solo forever, so a lot of those songs, I'll admit, I hadn't played in years. In some of them, the acoustic ones too. So
Wow.
I was fighting for my life on some of them. I was like, which it's so weird when you play songs a million times, but then you don't play them for like 2 years.
Yeah.
You just like, if you can remember the first word, you know the whole song.
Huh.
But if you don't remember the first word, you forget the whole song. So that's a problem.
Oh. Hey, Russell here from Nebraska.
Hey, what's up, dude?
We miss Bucks too. We want to come back.
Wish I could see you guys' pictures a little bigger. They're so small. Yeah, and I went and played with Jacob Gapsh the other night.
Oh, yeah.
Downtown Columbia. That was cool. That was a nice 2025 highlight. I hadn't played with him in years, and he was an old guitar student of mine. And then he went on to where he's selling out the Blue Note. So
No
that's
kidding.
quite a.
Man.
He does those country nights things where he does like big John Party, Luke Combs
nice.
cover show sets and stuff. And
Nice.
he's got a killer band of dudes from Kirksville area. Not Kirksville, but Wyatt Sullivan's in it.
Nice.
A bunch of cool dudes. But so that was awesome to get to play with him again.
Nice.
Conrad came up, played a couple songs with us on drums, and
Cool.
it was really fun. Also, sorry, this is all about me, but another honorable mention show that happened at the very first this year in January was Charlie Kelly's birthday party. We played at the Duke in Kirksville. Remember we played upstairs?
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites, and I hadn't played in Kirksville in probably years.
Yeah.
I think it's probably since the fair. We played at the fair. We opened for Little Texas.
Yeah, that was fun.
A few years prior, and but all my parents were there and all their friends were there, which was cool, and I got to see a bunch of people from high school, and we got to hang out with the Riker brothers a lot, which was awesome.
Yeah.
It's been really fun kind of getting to hang out with those dudes more. We're usually always playing so adjacently, but this year somehow we ended up getting a lot of time to hang out, Steven and Seth.
Yeah.
And
I've heard stories, you've talked about them for years, so it was really fun to actually get to meet them.
yeah, super cool dudes. Love those guys. I think, yeah, that's probably the biggest one. And so, what was Drive to Des Moines for recording? Did we record in Des Moines?
Oh, so funny story. That actually leads me into one of our other honorable mentions here. Duke Auersler.
Oh,
So
I guess it didn't happen.
it did not happen.
Okay.
I didn't take it off the calendar after we didn't end up working out. So we had talked with Duke about he has a song "Old Redneck," which is amazing. It's hilarious, and you should go listen to it. But we had talked about recording a full band with him, and we'd even set the dates. And there were some logistical things with the studio, and then it never got rebooked. So it is yet to happen, but we had talked about it, and it would have been really fun. But he did do a first ever licensed run of the Heavy and Western hat.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
cool.
he had a very small run, a kind of super limited of those red Heavy and Western hats, and it just says Duke on the side. And Carmen actually,
Which is super cool.
yeah, it looks sweet. And Carmen actually here did all the printing on them. She does all our hats now, and it's been great. Sourcing hats is really annoying, and she's been the first person we've worked with that is just
Yeah.
was able to get everything magically. I don't
Yeah.
know. She might be a sorceress, but
Sapphires.
but anyway, it's a really sweet hat. So if you don't have one, you should go get the Duke Heavy and Western hat.
Yeah, it's cool.
Um,
Dude, what a good name. Duke Auersler, too.
yeah,
Like,
and great tunes. And I went.
sounds
and-
like a book.
dude. Have you heard his song "Dear Whitney"?
I don't think I have. Well, unless you played it when we were... But I wouldn't know it by name.
It came out this year, and it was just a single. So everybody needs to go to listen to "Dear Whitney" by Duke Auersler. It's fantastic. It's very funny, and he does funny very well. He rides that line of where it is funny, but it's not too funny. So it's really good. So, and I think "Drink Myself Sober" was also really good. But "Old Redneck" and "Dear Whitney" are definitely my favorites.
We got some pretty good highlights from February here, too,
Yeah.
actually.
What do you got? What do you got?
Well, the first weekend, we played the last show at Penguin Bar. It was the night they closed. And I felt terrible because I didn't know they were closing until we were there. Like, all the signage was like, it should have made sense to me.
Yeah.
It said, like, which they're in Columbia, our hometown. So it's right here. But, and we've been friends with Jesse for years. Like, he had, Roxy's back in the day, which I
Yeah.
don't know if we ever played Roxy's, but
I don't think we did.
but he also had Social Room. We played there a couple
Yeah.
times with him, and
We played the Social Room the night the Cubs won the World Series.
that's awesome. And he owns Iron Tiger
Oh, yeah.
tattoo, which at one point I was teaching every guy who tattooed and pierced an Iron Tiger guitar,
Yeah.
which was pretty cool. But
Which Iron Tiger did my wedding ring.
yeah, it's the best tattoo shop in Columbia for sure. But yeah, so we played that, and It was sponsored by Truck Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which he's awesome. Super cool dude. And he has a really cool story. We could do a whole thing just on his deal. But yeah, it was like the slogan was started local, ending local.
Oh.
And I was like, well, I don't understand. Like,
What do you guys mean?
yeah. So, but it was their last night, unfortunately. We were really happy to be a part of it. But, and then the second weekend of February, our Super Bowl commercial came out.
Oh, yeah.
And we were in the so Jay Pelzer is the guy who does our music videos. His wife was in charge of MoDOT's marketing for their Super Bowl commercial, which I think she does a lot of stuff with them. I think they're contracted companies, but and Jay had already kind of had, I don't know if they're pictures or an idea, but we had a video coming up for the first song we'll release off the new album. The song's called Broke Is a Joke. You've probably heard, some of you have heard it live, I'm sure. But the music video, we were basically going to be like kind of hobo guys, you know, like, and we were going to have this big sort of like hobo under the underpass feast, right? Which hopefully this video still happens. I actually, as I'm saying it, I forgot we were going to do it, but our outfits and everything were essentially like Michael and I were kind of basing ourselves off of Harry and Marv from Home Alone, is what we looked like. So when they were looking for burglars for the Super Bowl commercial for MoDOT for the Don't Text and Drive, Jay was like, I got a couple of Macaulay Culkin stealing fellers in line, and they already have the outfits, and we can just pull them in. So
worked out well.
That's how it worked out. Yeah. So we were in a Super Bowl commercial. That was pretty rad.
Yeah, and then we did the part 2.
We did part 2,
which was really fun.
And that was, the law was for driving stoned, I think, or drunk, or it was more of it was like a drunk under the influence. Driving under the influence.
Yeah. Because we recently, what was it, 24? 23?
What do you mean?
What in Missouri made recreational use.
Oh, sure.
23-ish.
Yeah, something like
somewhere
that.
around there. So they're basically now having to go, by the way, though, you can't do it and drive. So they had to do a commercial. And so we got to make a honorary appearance in the commercial, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And
I got my first speaking line, so it was actually a bigger deal for me the second time around.
Which he did fantastic.
But the reason I'm holding a book in it is because I could not get my line right because it was like a paragraph long.
It was a lot of information.
It was a lot of information. And I was like that, if you ever seen that commercial where the guy's like, buttery, flaky, crispy crust. That's what I kept being like. So they finally just had to be like, hey, maybe you can just read it somehow.
So, and they had a, what was it, like a romance novel?
Yeah. Dude, but those guys we filmed those with were so funny.
Dude, and they just dropped their comedy troupe Instagram page.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it. But
Dude,
good.
Their videos are so funny. I hate that I can't think of all their names right now, but the two guys who were like sort of the young beach guys who got arrested, and we were like the old ones, like, dudes are so funny. What's our buddy's name who's in the first one with us in the second? Matt. Dude, Matt's so funny. Like, their stuff is so funny.
Iron Lung Sketch.
Yeah.
So if you're on Instagram, go follow Iron Lung Sketch.
It's funny. And it's a lot of like kind of probably college-y age stuff because they're in college.
Yeah.
So all the skits are about college and really funny.
Carmen says, that's illegal.
Yeah. Michael, you got any more about that one?
No, that was good. I was gonna pop over to
K-O-P. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna pop over to Rob Linus because we did that tour with him 22.
Yeah, which is crazy. It was that long ago,
but yeah, we did like a 2-week tour with him. Another one of those instant friends situations, really great. So we've really enjoyed getting to hang out with him. Got to go see him in Sturgis this year.
Yeah.
And he released an album this year. And I'm sorry, it's Headcase on, if I remember correctly, Prairie Rose. So basically the Silverado, Mike and the Moon Pies guys released his album and produced it. And it's a
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's a fantastic album, and I think it came out in June. But the song Kentucky just kills it.
That's awesome.
Kills it. So go listen to Kentucky. Go listen to all of Headcase. It's great. And also, I think has to win Best Album Cover of the Year. It's just his face, and it's great. So that's a great album. He's actually I don't know if he's still on tour with Whiskey Myers right now, or if he just got off of it. But he was doing the Whiskey Myers Bones Owens tour. He was opening that.
That's awesome.
So,
I didn't know that. I'm out of the loop.
You're out of the loop. Well, welcome to the loop.
I know.
Welcome to the loop, brother.
I feel like I was a part of their loop recently because Brody the Roadie came over and stayed with me for a night. So I kind of got to hear all their, which I think he's working more with Taylor Honeycutt, but Rob, obviously an Orbiter.
They're cousins, right?
They are. Yeah, they're cousins. Yeah. So the Kickstands venue was the first time we'd been out there.
Yeah.
And that's where like Filthy Indians were playing. Really cool venue. Campground too. And Bruce was there.
Yeah. Bruce
right. So our French buddies showed up and we went out to see Rob, which was really cool. And we got to meet up with Chuck, Cowboy Chuck, while we were out there. So that was a really fun day.
Yeah. And Rob spit out his Zin mid-set. And I grabbed it. Popped it in. Still good.
Dang. That's gross. Dang, it's gross.
It still had life in it.
Yeah.
It's fine. He hadn't stepped on it or anything. So.
But that was a fun one. That was a really nice little rendezvous we had all out there in the middle of nowhere.
Okay. But the Whiskey Myers thing...
For the biggest motorcycle rally in the world. I say middle of nowhere, but...
I mean... But, Rob being on tour with Whiskey Myers, I do want to ask the chat here. Has anybody listened to Whiskey Myers' new album? Because I checked it out. It came out... Womp Whack Thunder. I had to write it down because...
That's the label?
That's the title of the album.
Oh, wow.
As you can tell, I was not very impressed. I'm open to being persuaded, though. So if anybody has any strong feelings on this, I feel like they've listened to too much Rolling Stones. And I know that might be blasphemous, because the Stones are great, but...
Blasphemer!
And Whiskey Myers is a great band. And I think they deserve every bit of recognition Yellowstone has given them. But I'm going to be honest, I just listening to the album, and it was just not interesting. And you listen to I don't remember if the album is called Early Morning Shakes, but with the one with Early Morning Shakes, the one right before Mud, phenomenal album. Great tunes.
I like that one a lot. Yeah.
And their first album, Firewater, I think that was their first album. Great album. Just incredible songs, very memorable. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Just the new one. When we're talking about Southern Rock in 2025, that one left a little bit to be desired. I'm gonna be honest. So I don't know if it's.
Well, I do think they've kind of had that thing, and I don't know if it's intentional, but they sort of have that sort of subliminal thing like Skinner had, where we're a rock band, but people are making us a Southern rock band.
Okay.
I'm not saying that's part of it, but I feel like there was didn't Whiskey Myers do an early Stones thing?
I mean, they opened for the Stones.
Yeah, but didn't they have sort of a shirt that had sort of a we're a rock and roll band?
They did have a shirt that said Whiskey Myers is a rock band.
Yeah. It was very assertive of a rock band,
Yeah.
So I wonder if maybe a part of them has been trying to crawl out of that Southern rock thing, which I mean, it kind of makes sense. If you're wanting to, the level they are. Yeah. It's if you're I want to be on tour with Greta Van Fleet. It's we're not a Southern rock band, we're a rock and roll band, and
yeah, maybe more marketing.
Devil's advocate in there.
Fair enough. Hey, Sean says he liked it, so maybe I need to give it another listen. Maybe I honestly, so much of whether you like something, I feel like for myself, is expectation. And so I remember there being a song on the radio one time that I was hearing, and I was just I hate this song. And then the DJ came on and said, and that is DC Talk. And I'm like, and then I went back and listened to it again, and I was like, yes, now it makes sense. I like it. I don't know.
It's a totally weird thing too. You think like songs you hated when you were a kid,
Oh yeah.
but they get that whatever nostalgia is
Yeah.
in your mind. If it's this little sprinkle that gets put on things, it's like somehow just because it's nostalgic, now I like it.
Yeah.
You know, so
Huh. That's a weird concept. So yeah, sorry if anybody feels like I was crapping on Whiskey Myers.
we'll do my breakdown stream sometime on how I think nostalgia is actually the. Remember, did I call you about that one night?
I think I texted you about it.
It might actually be the Willie's Remedy kick in, but I had sort of a theory on you can't like something brand new.
You want to lay it out for us?
So it's just a musical thing, right? So like we don't try to apply it to anything else, but it's the reason jazz sounds like such shit to you is because it's always so foreign, right? So if the point of the end of jazz is to push the boundary as far as you can and like to infinity and beyond, which in my mind that's the point of jazz. Like that is the mission statement of it, is that you will get so far out there that if you hadn't done all the steps ahead of time, you won't like the end, right? So even jazz trying to do this thing where it is trying to be like nothing else, it still has to baby step you there with nostalgia. So it's like Frank Sinatra's your first, jazz sneaking in. A lot of the newer Christmas music, secret jazz.
Okay.
It's like that's how you're kind of easing yourself into it. It's like then you get into like straight ahead, like da-da-da, da-da-da, jazz. You get Autumn Leaves, All of Me, like that type of stuff. Then you kind of get you start pushing like the bossa. It's like girl for me, okay, right? So it just keeps easing you out. Before you know it, you're in free time jazz, which not before you know it. It takes many steps. But my thought is that anytime you hear something you don't like at all, there's a possibility. Now, there is a possibility it's just a shit version of something you really like. But there's a possibility it's just something you haven't heard before, in which case you either got to like kind of lay in it, mold in it, like kind of get used to the textures, or you're just not going to like it. Like, because it is actually new. And there's something about us intrinsically that only cares about music that reminds us of something else. Either like that other song or another time, another place, which I think is probably why lyrics are so, important in there. And it's like a song that's pretty simple, a chord, if it has like lyrically something that's nostalgic to you, you like grab onto it.
Huh.
And I think that it's probably, and you think too, the reason music now is completed is because of copyright law. Someone owns it, someone else can't have it,
Sure.
and that it's recorded and now it's done. Versus like our folk tradition of music throughout how people have done music the whole time. So it's like there is always a melodic amount of nostalgia built in.
Okay.
It's like you get that. That's the reason you like that melody, and you can put your new buddy's funny lyrics to it. And it's like, it's the reason that those tunes just kept going on and on and on. So I wrap that up in that I think what you like musically might have to have a nugget of nostalgia involved, whether it be lyrically, sonically, and I'm using that sort of nostalgia synonymously with just something you're really comfortable with and maybe makes you feel warm too, right? So that's my 2 bits.
So hypothetically, if instead of listening to a lot of Rolling Stones, Whiskey Myers had listened to a lot of, let's say, Rush, then I would have it wouldn't have been a problem. It would have just like naturally been more okay with me.
Yeah, I think it's like it would have hit some sort of nostalgic trigger. So that's me saying like why maybe you don't like this one in particular.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Well, I don't listen to a lot of Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That and
I wasn't necessarily trying to disprove you either so much as
no.
that just brought me into my thesis on
and I am
nostalgia of music.
I am willing to be disproven, and I'm willing to give the album another shot. And I think also we had talked about that shirt, and they're like what appears just as people who pay attention to marketing of music. that there was an intentional move to brand themselves in a particular way. And I'm not opposed to that at all, but it's like when you're aware that there is a move being played, then it kind of takes some of the mystery out of, you know, when you listen to an interview and they say, we're just doing what we feel like. It's like, no, I know you guys sat around a table and had a meeting with your management about that. And that's fine. Like, they would be crazy not to. But it's hard for me to believe the interviews anymore, I feel like.
I think it could be even something like a little, like, not so predetermined, more reckless, where it's just like the whole time maybe was just like mad that it's not just rock. To, you know, like,
Yeah.
and just like pushing towards it for a personal thing. Like, it wouldn't
Yeah.
necessarily have to be a business decision. You know,
Yeah.
it could just be like, I really hate that people say we're Southern rock, you know,
Yeah.
which people get wrapped up in
Yeah.
genre stuff like that, you know. I think when Tyler Childers got that big record, and like when he, or no, it wasn't a record, it was a award, Americana award,
Yeah.
and he was angry that they didn't call him a country artist, you know. And it's like, that was like what his speech was about. So I do think an artist can fall, you know, prey to some of that weird, you know what you call it,
Like the labeling.
yeah, labeling, but not by the label, like labeling from the.
Huh.
But I digress.
Okay. Well, speaking of gold records, Them Dirty Roses also put out
Dude.
their, also another one I had to write down because it is a very long title. Lost in the Valley of Love and Hate. God! And I even read it wrong. Hate and Love. I wrote it down so I wouldn't mess it up, and I still messed
It's
it
a good
up.
title.
It is a
really
good title, and dude, the riff at the beginning of Candle in the Dark, so good. So good.
I haven't listened to it yet, but but I have never not been 1000% impressed by Them Dirty
Dude.
Roses every time. It, like when people say things like, well, why'd they get a break and we didn't? It's like, dude, because have you heard them? Have you ever been around them? You ever seen them play? Like, it makes sense. You know, it really is just like, and see how they work, see how it's like, yeah, of course. Like, and it's like, that's exactly who should be getting it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, stellar dudes. I mean,
Yeah, and a rare example of a band that just started out as the four dudes and is still the same four dudes.
yeah.
That's really uncommon.
They're like a band when we show up. I wish they wanted to be more friends with me, like I want to be with them. No, I'm just kidding. It's like, hang out with me more.
Well, you got to get Frank talking about aliens more. That's the trick. Get him talking about conspiracy theories, and
There you are. You've arrived.
Yeah, I felt like I arrived when I reached his Instagram reel share list of.
Oh, dude.
When you get that person that just decides you're the person that's going to get these kinds of reels, and they just send you stuff all the time. And like, so I'll open my phone, like, it'll be like 2 weeks I won't hear anything, and then I'll open my phone one day and it'll be like 7 reels from Frank about all sorts of things.
What year was that first Crying Wolf Nashville gig we played?
That would have been 2017,
Okay.
I believe. Yeah, because they came to that one.
Yeah, as I said, it's the first time we'd ever been to Nashville. It was in the Crying Wolf, which at the time we basically had a bar that people liked to be in, and there was a little venue in the back where they put people to play, which I'm sure when people like are there, it's very full. But we had just like...
But we were there,
Yeah,
so...
we were there. So, and that was actually, like, a lot of our buddies came. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of our buddies who were living in Nashville and playing in Nashville at the time came out. But I remember Them Dirty Roses showed up. We'd only been online friends for like a year, maybe.
Yeah.
But, you know, bands like hooking up and stuff, and we talked to them some, and they all showed up. They had their sweet leather jackets on.
Yeah.
Super cool, super nice, and just, I mean, from then on, it's been like, dude, those guys they're awesome.
Yeah.
They're the best dudes.
Yeah, they're great guys. So where you at in the calendar there?
So I'm getting into your house notes, I think, here, which is crazy to think that you've got a drywall, I assume, is your house.
Oh, jeez.
So the Jesse's Film Festival, but that leads us to our venture into horror film.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, so yeah, we played King Theodore Records had a little film festival. Sorry, I did the thing. A little film festival, but he did an independent like horror film festival, and which is really sweet. And so we got to play.
It was really cool.
Yeah, it's freezing cold, but it was.
DeGrave was there.
Yeah,
which was
DeGrave
awesome.
played. That was sweet. And but then Jesse decided he wanted to make a short horror film, and he wanted. It's about like a monster that's like in a cassette tape or something.
Tape face.
Tape face.
Yeah.
And his head is a giant cassette tape. So he.
It's kind of like The Ring, but with like an audio tape. Basically, it's
Yeah.
sort of the premise. Yeah. Instead of being a movie.
And so we wanted a band to play. That's the band, you know. And so he got. Oh gosh, I forgot the guy's name. But if
I
anybody.
hoped you'd remember.
If anybody is fans of the 80s thrash band from Italy, Bulldozer, it's he got the singer of Bulldozer
Yeah,
to fly to the US
from Italy.
from Italy and be the front man of his band. So he texted me one day and was like, "Hey, I need a guitar player and a drummer for this band. Can you guys like play a Bulldozer song while getting murdered?"
And we all grew up playing metal, so it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we actually can. Like that's totally in our wheelhouse.
Yeah, so it was really fun, and we basically just went into his record store and set up, and he actually recorded us playing the song, and then they did a filming of it, and they filmed like the recorded audio and filmed at the same time, or did they do this separate? I don't even remember. I was so stressed out because I kept messing up.
So when we did this, we did the song like several times, so it was it was filmed live. It's
Okay.
live, yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like during the scene, I guess.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's like
And then they did some filming, you know, and stuff, and then we each had our ending scenes where we each, you know, I got
Our death.
spit up a bunch of ketchup, and it was. I still have the half broken drumstick that the monster shoves down my gullet.
yeah, Tape Face choked me out, I think.
Nice.
If I remember right. But they said I gave a very compelling dying by suffocation face. So
Got a lot
Now-
of experience with it.
I've never died from suffocation. Suffocation, no breathing.
Hey, AC Wild. Thank you, Mr. James, tuning in from Australia to help us remember the Italian guy's name. Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Well, I mean, that is a very uncommon name, and obviously not his real name, so.
I felt kind of bad later too, because I feel like so many of our metal buddies in town would have done like bucket list things for them to be in that movie with the guy from Bulldozer. It was like their favorite
Yeah.
band when they were a kid, and I was like, oh, I just thought he couldn't find anybody. Like, sorry,
Yeah.
he would have wanted to do this.
There was a moment when we were, like, setting up, and I was like, why isn't DeGrave doing this?
Or Nate Milburn. Like, why?
Yeah.
It's like he was the one I remember. Like, I was like, oh, dude. If I'd even known you could do it, I just would have said you should do it. I didn't mean to take it.
Yeah, well. But it's currently being finished, so hopefully that'll be out sometime. So if you want to buy a VHS tape
Yeah.
of us...
Is it only tape? Probably.
I'm pretty sure he's only doing... Well, he might do...
I could see him doing like. Well, I could just see him like maybe it goes on YouTube or
Yeah.
because he takes it to film festivals, so he'd have to have somewhere to
Fair enough.
like I think to show it. You know.
Yeah.
Or he wants to do that at least, as far as I was talking to him about.
Oh, yeah, Carmen was saying that's how we met, was when we played in St. Louis with Them Dirty Roses. And then we went to the Irish bar afterwards.
Nice.
That was fun. What was... Carmen, do you remember the name of that Irish pub? I really liked that place, because they had a bunch of, like, Irish political memorabilia on the wall. And if there's anything I like to talk about more than politics, it's Irish politics. I'm even more opinionated about their politics from 100 years ago. Now I don't care, but 100 years ago I've got very... Anyway.
It's like the French talking about the Confederacy.
Exactly.
You're like, oh, you guys knew about that? Like, I didn't know you would. Why do you know about that?
and are so strongly opinionated.
Yeah, I know. It's like you got the flag everywhere around here. That's
Yeah.
what's so weird about France. When you go there, and you're anywhere bikers or what Southern rockers or whatever heavy and Western fellers would be, the Confederate flag is everywhere. I mean, it's literally on everything.
More than the French flag.
Yes, yeah. In those zones, it's almost like the Confederacy fought the French government or something, and they're dun dun
Or
dun.
did they?
Or did they? This is where we start our conspiracy cast.
Oh, dude.
We did have we had a record release this year in March. 10-year anniversary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How did that not make my list here?
I don't know. You thought it would, and that's got some the two first full EPs, right?
Yeah.
And which one of them was recorded by me and Michael with a couple of mics above my uncle's garage in a Airbnb he had. And the second one we recorded out in Centralia, Missouri.
Yeah.
Right? Where the Centralia Massacre took place. If any of your historic-y buffs out there. And
Yeah. There was a young fellow that took part in that. Was he 16 years old?
Mhm.
By the name of Jesse James.
Jesse James. John also played a lot of guitar on that, even though you might not know that if you'd seen us later and him joining
Yeah.
on bass. But John was the other guitar player of the band at the time. And so I don't remember really how much of it. I'd have to listen to it, I guess. I know he did all the slide stuff and like probably all the leads on the I Stare at Trains.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'd have to go back and see who does who. But anyway, you can hear a lot of John guitar playing on there, which is pretty cool.
It was fun. That was a fun recording session because there was goats out back.
Yeah.
So, and it was really dark.
And Ryan's a big sword guy. The guy recording the records. He had a lot of cool swords.
Yeah, cool swords, goats out back.
Yeah.
And so, if you get tired of looking at swords and recording in the dark, you could walk out back and say hi to the goats.
Then it had a live song from Spain.
Oh, yeah.
And then 2 tunes that had never been released on something you could buy. They were only online, which was We Own the Night and... what am I supposed to say another one?
Well, there was the Lonesome Old Singer.
Oh, yeah. That's not that, though, right? There was one there.
There was also the Tool to Die Young Now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which the Lonesome Old Singer, Tanner recorded in my bedroom a couple years ago because we did a split cassette with a punk band called Gorbza.
Yeah.
And it was like right after our first album, I think. And
There was been more than a couple years ago then.
Yeah, so it would have been 2018,
yeah,
I think.
long time ago.
When that came out, and it was only on cassette, and there was 200 copies. So they had 100, we had 100. And it was really fun. So we did a...
Nate Milburn was in Gorbs, the guy I mentioned earlier from the record store.
Yeah, and so we maybe have had a cover of Silver Machine on there that we didn't properly license, but which is why it did not make it on the album. But then we had Lonesome Old Singer, which is a tune that you just written by yourself, and so I just set up a mic and recorded it very poorly, but he played it very well. It's
probably like what was gonna be like it sounds a lot like whatever that acoustic song was on the first record.
Know Where I'd Rather Be?
Maybe. Anyway, if you hear it, you can tell that it later evolved into whatever song it ended up being.
Oh. James is going to bed. Sleep well. Sleep well.
Well, I can't see the chat in real time. I can see it over here, but...
That's why I got it pulled up on the YouTube here.
Yeah, what's going on?
That's okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. But, yeah, New Year's Eve's tomorrow. So it's coming up.
No kidding. So then we did a bunch of... we played out east after that.
Oh, yeah.
We did Bird's Nest, we did Tribbles, which is probably with
Christian Grey.
Christian Grey, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to call him...
Thank you for reminding me. He texted me a couple of videos earlier. He's been sending me like AI videos that are really avant-garde humor. And I saw them, but I wasn't at a place where I could...
That sounds like something I would probably like.
We should get a group chat going together here.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
They're very funny. I mean, it'll be like a scene from Andy Griffith.
Mhm.
And it'll be talking, and all of a sudden, like, Andy will be saying something very wise, and then he'll just start like somersaulting, and then like fly away. It's wild.
Dude, there was a really funny one where it was right after Trump's attempted, where they tried to get him,
Yeah.
and he's like at the podium, and it comes down, and he like hunkers down, but then the podium turns into a motorcycle, and he rode away on the motorcycle. That was so funny.
Oh, that is what AI is for.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That is.
I wish it stopped there. That was its best. That was its best function. So the next thing we did was hit Europe.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, and that was actually pretty early. What was that?
Yeah, April.
April?
Yeah, we were gone for 6 weeks.
Oof.
6 weeks in April.
Is that all the farther you're in on the calendar there?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's all right.
Well, if you want super Europe stories,
Yeah.
we did a whole
Yeah.
hour and a half on it.
We should probably do some more. We should probably just do
Yeah.
like these 4 gigs. Do it
Yeah.
like that, you know.
Oh, that'd be good.
And then if anybody wants to go back and listen to them, they can.
Yeah. So, but that's all the details I have. What else you got?
Oh, we got through all your stuff?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
that was my year in a nutshell here.
So, yeah, we'll skip over Europe. It was awesome.
It was.
You can tell them how many countries you went to this time. I think it was more, wasn't it?
It was. We Germany, France, Spain, Belgium, Slovakia, and we did the Netherlands. So it was good. It was good. I've never been a super fanboy of Spain, but I always get a little bit more into Spain every time I go there. And so I actually read like a 900-page history of the Spanish Empire book after our first time there, and it made it a lot more interesting.
Nice.
And if you look at my phone back screen, there is a certain Spaniard as my background. But we won't talk about that now.
Right on.
Not till we get into our conspiracy cast.
So we went and played the Fulton Street Fair, which what I remember about it was my amp broke down and it was the hottest day I've ever.
It was brutal.
Which that was like, I feel like this year in April or in Europe, one of the things that was advantageous, I think it was a little cooler, I feel like this year.
Yeah.
Like there weren't as many hot places. So we hadn't really been seasoned in on heat yet. And then that Fulton Street Fair was like 100 degrees, sun right on us. It was like,
First show back.
yeah.
And well, I remember too,
Getting rid of our sea legs at that point.
when we were at Cowboy in Indiana in Hamburg, he gave us those Jägermeister sunglasses, like those Pit Vipers. And so I remember I just still had them. And I'm not really a sunglasses guy, but we were playing directly into the sun.
Yeah.
And the sun was setting, so it was like right into our eyes. So I went and I grabbed them and I'm like, all right, I'm sunglasses guy tonight. Here we go.
The pictures of me are all like, and I remember I decided not to change, which I never do. I always put something on
Yeah.
to just stay in blue because I'd forgotten my red ones. I'd forgotten my white ones. So all I had was the black. And I was like, dude, if I go out in this sun, I'm going to melt. Like the little buttons are going to melt into my skin. It's going to be so freaking hot up there. So, which I had cool denim on, so it was fine. But
Yeah. That was a fun show back, kind of small town fair.
Yeah, it was sweet.
Nice Americana
mm-hmm.
comeback show.
Saw a bunch of buddies. Then we went down to Alabama for Dawn's party,
Oh yeah,
which was great.
that was fun.
It was awesome. It was her birthday party. It was still hot. I remember it being pretty dang hot. Like when we were all outside on the back patio there, like it was hot.
Yeah,
That was a great time.
and I think I stayed up with Adam like all night on the drive down. And
Oof.
so I was trying to like sleep in the van before we played,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, I could feel sweat rolling all over my body everywhere. It was miserable. But thankfully, air conditioning in the show, great show.
Yeah, it was very
A lot of fun.
Got to see everybody, which was really cool. Then we played with Ward Davis at Rose.
Oh yeah.
That was a fun night. That was the first time we played with him in a long time. Like since I'd ridden his back while I was drunk. So
Which, that was hilarious.
yeah, I meant no offense.
Wait, did you actually ride his back?
I think I did. Didn't I get on his back?
I remember you called him a long mother effer.
I don't.
That was hilarious.
I would only know if somebody had told me I'd done that. So
Okay.
if you didn't tell me, it probably didn't happen. But
He bought a hat.
I want to stretch the story a bit. So let's see.
The man owns a heavy and western hat.
Yeah,
We
Thank
know
you,
that
Lord.
much.
He was doing really good when we saw him. It was a great show.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. Then we went out to Sturgis.
Yeah,
Sturgis 2025.
that was good.
What was different this year? We were gonna play with Blackstone Cherry. Got rained out.
Yeah, and
That sucked.
who was the band? The
So okay, they do that song. Our tenders, how to tell something, let us have to, sometimes, and at the end it's like, and there's time to the trailer park, I crashed that piece of shit and walked away. That was their hit.
so it was us, that band, and then Blackstone Cherry.
Yeah.
And that band was playing, and it's like, you know, they're a one-hit wonder. Good for them. But nobody was really getting into their other stuff.
I hope we're a one-hit wonder someday, instead of a no-hit wonder. Just kidding.
Working on it.
Yeah.
But, and they played for like an hour, and it was getting close to the end of their set, and then the rain started.
Mhm.
And they were like, crap, play the song.
But,
And-
oh, sorry.
sorry.
I was going to say, the guitar player started a different song. It wasn't that song, which I would have thought he would have picked up. But the singer did start that one, and it was over a totally different song. And then the singer's just like,
Yeah, and it was like actually full on raining at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it was-
so they did like a verse of it, and it was rough. I felt bad for them. They had all that build up, and then Blackstone Cherry got totally rained out.
Yeah.
So
we didn't get to see him.
no, they like it was it was an unfortunate twist of events.
I know, we haven't seen him since we were recording down in Kentucky, but
Yeah, but the bass player was wearing a Cubs jersey, so that was sweet.
cool. Any other thing eventful at that one?
I mean, we already talked about seeing Rob at cake stands.
Yeah.
We ran into them dirty heathens.
Got to see...
Them dirty heathens. The filthy heathens. Gosh.
We got to see Dave, which is always fun. Dave Moody.
Oh, yeah.
Hairball.
Oh, Hairball.
We got to see the best 80s show in the world.
Always good.
And our buddies from Four Horsemen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. Those guys do Metallica.
Yeah.
And they fed us burgers. And
Dude, those guys are awesome.
so good.
Love those dudes. So then we come home. We should just Sturgis stream, probably.
That'd
Just
be
do every
sweet.
show. And it'd be cool to just be like, this is what a day. And I filmed all of it so that you could even walk
Yeah.
them around. And we could watch that. Saw Rob. Let's see.
Yeah, Sturgis is fun.
It is fun.
It's just kind of nice because there's always people there that work, you know. They always come back and bartend at this particular bar or
Mhm.
they run this particular booth. So you just see a lot of the same people every year, which is
Yeah, it's
nice to catch up with them. And a lot of times they go to the other rallies too. So when we go
Yeah.
down to Galveston or something, they're there.
Or like our sound buddies have been. We'll see them in wherever. You know.
Yeah.
So Smokeout Rally. That turned out really good this year.
Yeah.
In North Carolina.
Yeah.
It was, and that was looking like it was going to be bad weather, but they had enough foresight to, thankfully, had enough foreskin to move the. Did you get what I said? To move us inside under this big tent, right? That I think they were doing bike shows, and they moved us in there, and then everybody's in the tent.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody in the rally went into this giant tent. We were in there, and it actually turned out to be really sweet. It
Yeah.
was-
And shout out to the Piedmont boys. They played earlier that
Yes.
day
Yeah.
and killed it. And we're super nice guys. We also one of those bands that we like talked to for a long time and, you know, played shows and just never met them, never managed to meet them. And then finally got to meet them. And there was no sound system for the inside that they were trying to move us all into. And so the Piedmont boys just like set up their PA that they just happened to have with them. And everybody got to use that. It saved the day.
Yeah, Sean brought up a really good point. When we were at the Piedmont Boys, not the Piedmont Boys, the Filthy Heathens,
Yeah.
we played our last show at Duke's,
Oh,
and they're closed now.
yeah.
But they live on my noggin, for whatever that's worth.
Yep.
But it was awesome. I was glad we got to do it with the Filthy Heathens. That was, and you know, here's a funny thing: the Filthy Heathens were like, "Hey, you want to go down to the green room?" And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "The green room." I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." He's like, "Nobody's ever showed you the green room?" I was like, "I didn't think they had a green room." Went down there, huge, like showers, laundry, huge, amazing green room.
Couches, beer.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, first we got here, they showed us the green room." I was like, "It's like we have played here so many times over so many years with like different people, different managers, different everybody, and somehow it never came up."
I guess the Comancheros are not the kind of people you want in your green room.
Yeah. Not them.
Yeah. But jokes on them. We still have one of their fan blades.
Yeah.
So
That was from the show right before that, and our buddy Run Sound was like, we're like, "Yeah, sorry about that again, man." And he's like, "Well, I mean, you destroyed the fan and they had you back, so I guess it wasn't that big of a deal." I was like, "Okay,
yeah.
thank you."
This was from Duke's.
Yeah, that's the fan.
Still kind of dusty.
Still got that Duke's dust.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna be bottling that, selling on eBay later. Duke's dust.
Duke's dust. Yeah. Fun place.
Carol, why do you have a fan blade? Never mind.
I was just waiting for my moment to tell the story.
Michael, you went and did that Cool Hill Dive-On show. If you want
Oh yeah.
to segue at all.
So I play in a metal band with my brother. If anybody ever wants to check out A Hill to Die Upon, it's a like a death metal band, and we haven't played in like 6 years. I think 2019 we did our last show in Dallas, Texas.
For Dustin.
Sorry, I'm actually out of tea, but
Have you some weed?
yeah. But yeah, so we went down. We actually had a chance to play a show with Living Sacrifice, which is kind of a like 90s Christian metal like icon. I'd say gods, but maybe that's not the
Lowercase G.
lowercase G. Yeah. No, they were super cool guys, and Bruce actually sang on our last Christmas album a little bit, and so we've been talking a little bit, and they were doing a show, and we got to play, and actually I had one of Tanner's old guitar students fill in on guitar for it because we wanted another guitar player, and by golly, Reed stepped up and made it happen, like super
awesome.
super short notice, and we had like one rehearsal before it, but it was a lot of fun.
Basically, as far as I know in Missouri, if you need a metal guy to play guitar, Reed is like the guy. That's the only one I would like. Oh yeah, he'd be able to do it.
Yeah.
He's the only guitar player I'd be in metal realm, which probably anything, but where I'd be like, whatever kind of metal it is, and you need a guy to play guitar. I'd be like, Reed's probably the only one I know of who could do all those.
Yeah, he was super good.
And he's been that way since he was a kid. I knew when he was like a middle school kid.
Dang.
Just shredder, unreal.
Which also, so when you talk about with him being a middle school kid, so when you were teaching him in middle school,
Which actually he was taking lessons from somebody else. It was Isaac,
Oh,
the room
okay.
over. But
Gotcha.
that's how I got to know him, because he'd come up and talk to us about.
Sure.
Yeah, he always had a Cannibal Corpse shirt on or something.
Yeah.
He'd like, you could tell he wanted to like soak up the guitar store thing.
Yeah.
You know?
But I remember talking to him, and I mentioned that I was in a band, and I mentioned A Hill to Die Upon to him, and he's like maybe 14, bowl cut, super nice little kid, and I mentioned the name, and okay, I'd never see this kid again in my life. I just like our paths never crossed. Like 6 years later, we're at Show Me, and this guy, this man walks in, like real long hair, and he's like, "Hey, are you in Hill to Die Upon?" And like remembered our talk, and he's like, "Yeah, I went home and learned a song of yours," and it was like, "Whoa, okay." And then so when we were looking for a guitar player, it was like, "Hey, that fella that learned our song when he was like in middle school."
Yeah, killer,
Yeah,
murderer on guitar. Let's see. Okay.
on Minecraft.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to hear any death metal Christmas tunes, we got them.
Let's see.
What do you got?
Me or something
Yeah.
else? We did the ZZ Top tribute.
Oh yeah,
That was a good one.
that was fun.
For Dwyer and Michael up in the Quad Cities for their. It was Halloween day, or was it?
I think it was like 2 days. I mean, I don't think Halloween was like on a Thursday this year. I think.
Okay. But yeah, we played. It was awesome. I was George Washington,
It was awesome.
and then I had a hybrid ZZ Top George Washington when we played. That was cool.
Yeah, And it was great because you were just wearing the George Washington all day. And then we had...
I kept trying to assimilate, make friends, but I had this outfit on. It was like, as I'd like move closer, because there was a whole bunch of cool like tribute bands there. Brandon Gibbs.
Yeah.
Or Gibbs. Anyway, he's very, very successful musician from up in that area, and him and all the, you know, guys who've been playing around town forever were all talking, and they had this big circle. And dude, what did they say?
So you said, one of them said, "Man, I'm just so glad we're here with all of our friends and we know everybody."
Yeah. And then I'm like, very obviously out of the circle. Like, here's the circle, and I'm like, here. And I'm standing there in my little George Washington outfit, and they're all really tall. and like, they kind of, it's not like everybody looked at me, but it's like a couple guys like,
Gave you the side eye.
yeah, sort of like, ah, well.
Except that guy.
Except this poor guy. So after standing there for a while, I'm just like, I'm going to go back outside and be George Washington.
Yeah, Carmen was there, though. She actually dressed up, because it was a Halloween party, everybody's dressing up. She came as a Comanchero.
Oh, yeah.
And had the red outfit. And was hilarious. Because she does, like, embroidery and, you know, she makes all our hats and everything. Her outfit was way better than ours. Like, because we make our own outfits. And hers was, like, sewed so much better. It was great. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was awesome. And your, was it your aunt?
Mm-hmm.
Was also a Comanchero, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
She went for more the old school denim.
Yeah. She sort of had her circa...
2018.
Yeah. I was trying to think of what the occasion was where, like, Victoria and Dave's wife took our... Like, remember they were us for Halloween? Like,
that's right.
And we were in our other costumes?
Yeah, because
Dave, Christy.
That was in Oak Grove, Missouri. And we were playing... That was the first time we ever played with a decibel meter to...
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It
was called, like, the Stockyard? Or, like, Scrapyard.
If you say
it's
so.
gone now. I know it's not there anymore, but
it was
Scrapyard.
It was a fun show. That's the night Daniel Hall poured his drink in that poor kid's lap.
Oh, jeez.
Poor kid was just sitting there in a wheelchair, just enjoying time, you know, enjoying the music, and our friend Daniel just got a little too drunk and just like tipped over and just spilled it right in the kid's lap.
Connor tells this story better than anyone on the planet, which he's going to be on an episode soon. So
yeah,
we got a cuck chair over here. We're going to put Connor in, and we're going to do the camera on him, and the Merch Maniac will make his valiant return.
It'll be fantastic.
And he goes to bed at like 8 p.m. now, though. So
yeah, we're gonna have to get him on a.
He was like, text me, he's like, dude, if it happens after 8, I'm gonna have to stay at your house. I'm like, it's fine. But the thing at the time is, I didn't know he's living in Sedalia now. Oh. So I was like, dude, it's like 3 blocks away. It's like, all right, whatever. I was like, oh, that is like a 2-hour drive probably from here.
Yeah. So, but that Halloween, we were in our outfits on stage playing, and Sharon and Victoria broke into the trailer and got our actual outfits on and came in, and it was like during our set, and it was really
it was really funny. I was in that blow up suit thing.
Yeah, and I was dressed up as Fred from the Kentucky Headhunters.
Yeah. I think John was like a pirate. Probably pirate.
I do not recall.
Then
what month are we up to?
Kind of skimming through. There's a bunch of shows. I'm gonna kind of try to focus.
Shows. Who wants to hear about shows?
Yeah, true. You went to the dentist on the 7th of November.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I didn't go to the dentist for like 18 years, and when I went to the dentist finally, they were very impressed that on the health of my teeth.
That was nice.
Yeah, it was. Sometime catch me after a show, and I'll tell you the story about how I never got the bottom. I don't know what those are called.
The bottom
you
things?
You see how I got like the bottom left pointy thing? But not the right one?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the right one just always stood there down in my jaw.
Oh, wow.
So they had to go cut it out. But they said that that's the reason my bite is okay. It would have been overcrowded and I would have had to get braces. Now you know.
Huh.
The more you know about my teeth.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty well all I got over here.
Yeah. Well, we have devolved into me talking about my dentist visits, so...
There's got to be something else we can. There's got to be like another something we're missing. What else been going on with this?
I mean, we bought a music store this year.
Yeah, that's weird. That came up. Yeah,
That's
we bought a music store.
That was a pretty big step. That was like 2 months before we went to Europe.
Yeah, it was February.
We took over a music store, and then we're like, "Hey, new employees and teachers, good luck. We're going to Europe."
Yeah. Yeah. So
And the AC broke while we were there.
Oh my god. Yeah. Now I remember 2025. I remember why I wanted to forget it. Now I remember why I don't remember anything. Because I didn't want to. I'm just kidding.
Just like in like Belgium at like 3 a.m, trying to talk to like landlords, like trying to get the time zone to line
Everybody's
up.
mad at us. You know, in their mind.
Yeah.
We're over here. I'm like doing somersaults on a Wiener Schnitzel, drunk, and in reality, I'm like standing out in a field of dirt and weed, just being like, I'm really trying to get the AC thing going. I'm really sorry. I've been trying, but it's actually nighttime here. I know it's daytime there. Dude.
It's a hard thing to explain to somebody who's upset about the heat.
But I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful of all this.
You know, it's good problems to have.
Yeah, it's very good problems to have. I never want to complain.
I mean, I want to, but
I want to and I have. And so we bought the store.
Yeah. We did record a couple of new tunes.
Yeah, we got some new stuff that's sitting around.
They have not been heard yet, but we were thinking about releasing one. I kind of forgot we talked about that.
Yeah.
Releasing a new tune.
We should. We've been sitting on it. I think we were kind of waiting for some sort of tour plan, but I think all that's changing up, so it's like we might as well just do a new thing.
So, yeah. Let's see. Let's do a poll. Podcasts or water skis? That's the decision everybody has to make.
Podcasts or water skis?
Yeah.
Like what they like more?
Yeah. Because we were kind of like, which song are we gonna release, and so you know, which song you get might affect the outcome of the.
Can they even do
song?
A poll? Is it
there is a way to.
I feel like I have to turn this poll on for them to decide.
Let's see if there's a. Oh, I don't know if I can do a poll because I am not. I'm just signed in on myself.
All right. Dave said water skis, but then he said JK podcast.
Okay, all right. What about a podcast about water skis?
Ooh, yeah. Now we're getting lame. Let's see.
I mean,
anyway, Carol says it's fun. All right, let's do it.
All right.
I have to do some reading this week. I know nothing about them.
All right. Well, I am a bit of a water skier myself.
What? Or are you just sitting being silly?
No.
You can water ski?
I'm talking about our song.
You really can do that, though?
Water ski?
Yeah, I figured it was like you watching somebody in the song or something.
No! So, okay, so my grandpa lived on the banks of the Mississippi. And when I say on the banks, I mean like if you walk out the back door and take like 6 steps too far.
I figured you use the referee or something while everybody else is doing it.
And he rolled, like you'd roll down the bank, which he actually did one time. But he was okay. But so they would water ski a lot growing up, my mom and all her brothers. And so when I was probably like 15, I think, my grandpa was like, hey, do you want to go water skiing? And I was like, sure, never been. Okay. And I got up the first time and I didn't do anything fancy, but we went up and down the river, which, you know, is a couple miles. So it wasn't like super far, but he would just turn around and come back. And I stayed up the whole time.
Dang.
And then eventually I just like was so sore. You
like sink finally.
Yeah, you just let go and just like sink. Yeah. And I never fell. I did have some pretty spectacular falls later, but that first time I went up several times without falling. And have you ever water skied?
No, never done it.
So like everything in your body is tense.
Mhm.
So like the next day, like your entire body
Hmm.
is sore. It is terrible, but
Oh.
it's totally worth it. So,
Dude, I've never even wanted to try something like that. It's so scary looking at it.
dude, it's a lot of fun, and
Huh.
it was always fun because my grandpa was just in
It seems out of your nature. I think I'm learning something like really.
That's why the song is so special to me.
Oh,
Because it's like actually everything in that song is like actually true.
nice.
Which is, you know, I feel like sometimes you hear that in country songs where it's like, this is just about my life. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's actually just about a summer when I was 15. So, water skiing with my grandpa.
Right on.
So, and those little ice cream cups my grandma would get from the Schwann's man.
It's a good one. I feel like we kind of fought a little bit harmonically too on how that one was going to go.
Yeah.
Which is one of the only songs I feel like we've ever done that on.
Which is probably why I was so like hard to get along with on that one. Was because
Well,
it was.
I wouldn't say you were hard to get along with. I'm just surprised that. I think I'm surprised that we had so differing opinions on what it should sound like.
Yeah.
It's like normally it's kind of. Basically, it's me and John I'm referring to here, where it's like,
Fair.
usually if like John writes something, I'm like, oh, that sounds really cool. If I write something, he's like, oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
But it was the first time we were like, I think it should be different.
Yeah.
Like, completely different, you know?
Yeah. Which is funny because when I wrote Crazy as Hell lyrically, I totally thought like slow song.
Mhm.
And then I went to go take a poop and came back and you were like playing the rockinest tune we've ever had. And it was like, okay, that works. I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
We'll need to think about when we're gonna drop that and how we're gonna.
I wonder if we could do it like where we could just do it on here.
That'd be cool.
I bet that's a thing. Like, we could be like, all right.
Dude. Sean's talking about the Schwann man having good frozen pizzas.
Dude, Schwan Man had good everything.
Yeah.
Dude, Schwan Man, chicken cordon bleu.
Ooh.
That's my least favorite. That one's awesome. The ice cream sandwiches, incredible. And then I think what they were called on the bag was just beef tips.
Very descriptive.
And it was
title.
like frozen beef and like a gravy type thing, right? Beef tips, whatever.
Sounds good.
Dude, Mom would make that, and it was still maybe one of my favorite meat things I've ever had.
Wow.
Like, it was incredible.
Sounds pretty
Insane.
incredible.
Yeah,
I'm
dude,
kind of getting hungry.
Dude, it's so good. It's crazy.
So did you get the little ice cream cups though?
Like, well,
So they're like this
I
big.
don't think we did. I don't think we did.
man. That was like the only thing my grandma got from them.
Yeah.
I was surprised to find out they had food later.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess maybe we were so out in the middle of nowhere, too. It's like somebody comes to your house, like, would you like beef? You're like, oh, why? Yeah, I would. It's like, maybe the food hits a little harder when you're like out in the middle. You know?
Fair enough.
But
I lived in a big old metropolis of 350 people. So
well, this house though is in town, right? Like I've been in this house, right? Wouldn't this be the one that was on the corner?
no, you've never.
Oh.
Wait, have I taken you to the Train Bridge house?
No.
Okay, so the song Train Bridge, you know, is about the house in Biggsville
Yes.
by the train tracks.
Mhm.
Um,
So that would have been the house in the story where you would have been for.
yeah.
Oh.
So have I never taken you to that one?
I don't think so.
Okay.
In my
we'll
mind, this was always just the.
dude,
You know what I'm talking about? Right? I don't have the
In-
wrong house, right?
in Monmouth with the
Well, I
Circle
yeah.
Drive.
No, it's like it was your grandpa's where it was like on the bend. There's really deep, like big drop off. You guys would like cut the weeds on it in the summer.
Oh, that's in Aquaka.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
where I went
Rock
water
House.
skiing.
Okay.
So the song Train Bridge though is about Biggsville, which is like your dad worked like I think on the bridge. Yeah, I think he worked on that bridge, but there's
Yes.
2 bridges in Biggsville.
Okay.
And so yeah, we'll have to go. But we should go there
Yeah.
and do a.
I actually don't think I have been there. Like you and John talked about it, but I haven't been there.
We should do a little YouTube documentary of
Oh, that'd be cool.
going to the place.
We can play the song there
Oh my gosh,
on acoustic. You know, it's
Dude,
fitting.
let's do it.
It's fitting.
I'll get yelled at by the railroad people again. That was always.
Gosh darn railroaders! Railroad comes through, ruins everything.
I never thought that maybe your dad
kidding.
was the one hollering at us.
is my dad yelling at you, dude.
Whoa.
Get off of them tracks.
I'm like, ooh.
That's probably not him.
Oh.
Maybe. You never know.
Maybe, I don't.
I don't doubt that he would have told you to get off if you were about to get run over. But...
Well, he's looking out for me. I appreciate that. He's like, my son's going to need your legs to play drums later.
Well, is there anything we need to go over before the end of the year here?
I don't think so.
We do have that recording of Auld Lang Syne.
Yeah.
So I'm going to post it on New Year's, but it's I think the live recording we did at Duke's is really cool. And Dustin was there. He wouldn't sing, but he was there physically for the recording of that.
We tried.
And we all wrote a different verse. Did you write 3? Or no, so like Michael had wrote the original Too Old to Die Young Now. I think it was 4 lines, right? Mm-hmm. And then when we did this full one, I think I wrote a verse, John wrote a verse, and Bradley wrote a verse. Mm-hmm. And I think that completed it. So the live one is a combination. You might have wrote another one too to make it 8 even. But
I'm going to be honest, I don't remember.
But it's to the tune of Auld Lang Syne. It's weird to say. Auld Lang Syne.
Auld Lang Syne.
Yeah, Auld Lang Syne. Auld Lang Syne.
As gosh darn Scots.
Yeah. It's really good. I'll post it. So if you want to listen to it, it'll be out there.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Year-end review and talk about chronic wasting disease in Missouri and China suing the state of Missouri.
Yeah. What the crap.